Hi, everyone. As Amy said, my name is Emily Foster, and I'm the director of IHAF, also known as the In-House Agency Forum. And IHAF has been a partner to How Design Live for the past 5 years, contributing speakers and content for this wonderful event. And I'm here today to introduce you to our next speaker, Marta Stiglin. Marta started out as a designer, like many of you, until one day the principal of the agency she worked at handed her a sketch on a cocktail napkin in lieu of a creative brief. And that is when Marta recognized her true calling, account management. Marta spent much of her career running account teams on the external agency side before joining the in-house agency at Bose, where she went on to lead retail, wholesale, and direct-to-consumer marketing, or advertising rather. Today, her firm, Stiglin Consulting, partners with corporate marketing and creative teams to advance their organizational strategies, structures, and operating practices. Marta is one of the founding members of IHAF and a leading expert on in-house agencies. Please join me in welcoming Marta.
Thank you, Emily, and the two people in the crowd who are cheering for me. Appreciate that. True or false, guys? You are a talented, creative contributor. True or false? True. Absolutely. True or false? You work hard at the work you do. True. Let's do one more. True or false? Your talent and your hard work are enough to get you noticed. False. Thank you. You guys are so smart, as we say in Boston. So here's the thing. This is sort of the trap we get in. And the trap that we get in is assuming that our work is good enough, that our work will speak for itself and that we don't have to speak for it. And honestly, that is the black hole that we get into over and over and over again, and it's a frustration. People need to hear from us. They need to hear from our own voice. They need to hear specifics about what it is that we do, how we do it, how we excel at it, and what it means to them, what value it will have for them in the long term. So our job is to proactively seek and seize opportunities to make that happen for ourselves. Trust me, there are a lot of blind spots that get in our way when we try to embark on anything self-promotional. We sometimes have a whole bunch of sort of the equivalent of legalese, which we hate putting in all of our materials, that sort of runs through our head and that comes out as disclaimers when we talk about ourselves. There are times when we get so caught up in our own story that we can't get out of our way, or sometimes we even inadvertently step on someone else's toes to promote ourselves. Not consciously necessarily, but it's something that happens. So these are blind spots we get caught in. One of the biggest ones is thinking that self-promotion is boastful, and it's not. Another is letting technology get in the way of our ability to communicate with other people and to effectively communicate and get a message across about ourselves. So what I'm saying is we need to actually redefine what self-promotion is and recast it as something different, something that is a win-win, because what you can bring to the table is potentially the very thing to meet the needs of the person that you're promoting yourself to. Self-promotion translates to a whole bunch of goodness: effective communication, effective management. Most of all, it ladders up to the fact that we will get the recognition and the acknowledgement that we deserve as creative communications professionals. And the only way to do that is through self-promotion plus being excellent at your work and working hard at it, which we've already decided everyone does. So I'm going to take you through 5 quick tips on self-promotion. The first is that you need to know who you're talking to, because honestly, self-promotion is not about you. It's about the audience you're communicating to. And it's not unlike any marketing project or communications program that you're embarking on, where you understand your audience and what's important to them and why, and you create a benefit story around that. And the benefit is what you can bring to the table. It's not about the actions you take, it's about the outcome of those actions and the value that you can deliver as a result of the work that you do. The second way that you need to self-promote is you need to be really, really clear on what your story is. What are you communicating? What message are you getting across? Sometimes people self-promote sort of spontaneously, and today I'm talking about myself as a good manager, and tomorrow I'm talking myself as a detail-oriented person, and the next day I'm talking about myself as a strategist, and the next day, and so we sort of have this litany of things that we feel like we need to get out. Choose 1, 2, maybe 3. Isolate those stories. Figure out who to tell those stories to and how, and go for it. Tell those stories. Be opportunistic about talking to your manager about those things and asking for opportunities to flex your muscle in those areas, and then bringing that to other parts of the conversation. Share the spotlight. You are not lone rangers. You are all parts of teams. Even if you're freelancing and an individual contributor within your own organization that comes into another. Balance the us and we with the I and me, and have a lot more us and we in your conversation than you do I and me. The fourth piece is to leverage social platforms, and this is an important piece, not necessarily for the vanity metrics that we seek. It's not all about likes and clicks and follows. I mean, my 21-year-old says to me all the time, Mom, you need to watch your follow-to-follower ratio on your Instagram account. And I go, you need to actually watch the fact that that's important to you, because it really doesn't matter. And it doesn't. Don't let social become your new full-time job in managing it. Figure out what each platform means to you and why, how it can effectively get your message across, and use it. Leverage it strategically like a marketing platform that we do as creative communicators. The last point I want to mention here is that you have to be authentic. You have to keep it real. Be you. You can't be anyone else, right? That's the old saying, everyone else is taken. Know what your strengths and weaknesses are, and don't be afraid of them. No one expects you to be perfect. The most important thing is that you're consistent in how you perform and in how you demonstrate your abilities, both performance and capability-wise, and also your behaviors, your persona, your personal brand, and how you bring that to the table. Now, this is just another PowerPoint presentation, unless we can figure out how to embody some of these practices ourselves. So because it's after lunch and this is sort of sleepy time for everybody, we're going to actually do an exercise. And here's the practice exercise. I want you to break into teams of 2 with whoever's sitting closest to you, and if there's a place where there's a trio, you can have it as a trio. I'm going to give you 2 minutes per person to make a pitch to your partner, which means you have to promote something about yourself. And use that person as just sort of a stand-in for what you would really like to promote in your professional life. Maybe you want someone to give you a chance to art direct that big photo shoot, or maybe you want a chance to be the manager of the creative department, or maybe you're looking to interview for a new job. Right? Figure out what it is that you want and use the person next to you as the stand-in to the person that you would normally make that pitch to. People who are being pitched to, when the pitcher has you hooked, I want you to stand up, which means the pitcher can stop talking. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do this. I'll keep time on my phone here, and I'll call time, and then we'll switch places, and then we'll do something else. Person with the shortest hair goes first, just to speed this along. Okay, if someone has hooked you, stand up and remain standing up, actually. If you believe what you're hearing, if you believe in that person, stand up for them, advocate for them, and stay standing. All right, 20 seconds, guys, and we're going to bring it in and switch. All right, let's bring it in. Let's wrap it up. Everyone sit down. Pitchers, stop pitching. Receivers, have a seat. All right, so you guys, some of you got the stand-up part really well, and some of you are sort of playing whack-a-mole. I'm not really sure what was going on out there. It was kind of fun because it was like, so self-promotion is about standing up for yourself. So we're standing up for others when we see and hear and believe in what they're saying, okay? So we're gonna switch partners, and when you get hooked, if you get hooked, and not everybody will, that's okay. Don't stand up just to be nice. That's not gonna help the person. Stand up when you believe in what's being pitched to you. Stand up, stay standing up. All right, let's go. All right, we've got about 20 seconds left. Come on, guys, hook those listeners. All right, let's wrap it up and bring it in. Okay. So how was that for you guys? Was it comfortable pitching? Was it comfortable listening? It was clearly uncomfortable standing because not a lot of people did that part of it. What did we think? Was it awkward? Did it feel like something that we can do more regularly for ourselves? Any head nods, any head shakes? Yes, thank you. It would be easy. Okay, so familiarity makes it difficult. Why? It just makes you self-conscious? Is that why? Or? Okay. So the comment is it's difficult when you know the person and they know your backstory and all about you because you're pitching something that they're likely already part of. Yeah. It is difficult. Sometimes it is easier to pitch to someone who doesn't know you, right? Because you've got a relationship in play and you don't want to disrupt that, and sometimes you feel like they know more than they do or they know less than they do, so sometimes it's hard to know where to start and stop with that. Who's ready to up the ante on this? Who would like to come forward? Now, you did it one-on-one, right? And for some of you, I'm guessing you did it really well. Is there anyone that feels like they want to, instead of enrolling one person, enroll the audience? Come on up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. let's have you introduce yourself, please. Oh, that's okay.
I was running. Hi, I am Cammie Travis Groves. Thank you. I'm also a HOW ambassador. I help freelancers consider themselves their own CEO to grow their businesses and compete with agencies.
Okay, thank you, Cammie. Stay here, stay here. Okay, so what we're gonna have, Cammie's volunteered to do a mini pitch and to enroll all of you, and because it's sort of dark out there, we can't see all of you. I do want you to stand up, I want you to stay standing up, but I want you to shine your phones at Cammie so she can see the light. So she can feel the warmth. So she knows you're there.
Oh, I gotta get a picture of
But
this.
shining your light at her now before she's pitched doesn't make her try very hard. So let's shut the lights off now. I'm happy that they work. She's gonna do her pitch. And when she's hooked you, I want you to stand up and shine your light. And you can keep going until there's enough lights in there to make you happy.
Okay.
It's up to you.
So the same pitch.
Sure.
Okay. All right, I help struggling freelancers who want to grow their business, forgot that part before, who need to see their business as a real company and become their own freelance CEOs so that they can compete equally with big agencies. And I see no lights. Oh, look at all of them, yay. How many of you have struggled with freelance work and you want to get paid more and better clients? And yeah, I can help you get there.
Ah, whoa, a whole bunch of lights just went out there.
Oh, even up there, yay. Okay, can I get a picture of that?
All right, I think,
Seriously, I want to
I think she's doing a selfie now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, so Cammie hit on a need, right? She shifted from talking about what she does specifically to what you guys might need, what might motivate you, what might influence you. And when she did that, there was a big shift in the room. Cammie, thank you very much. All right, I'm going to do a very quick shameless plug for IHAF. Emily Foster was up here a second ago. They have a table outside, and after the keynote session, the IHAF folks will be there to talk to any of you about anything that you want to talk about. But for those of you that are not familiar with IHAF, if we can turn the sound down just a little bit, please. IHAF is the In-House Agency Forum. It is the leading professional association for in-house agencies, and IHAF actually invited me, along with Amy and the folks at HOW, to come and speak today. I'm one of the founding members of IHAF. It started in 2005, and honestly, it is an amazing community. The video that you're taking a look at now is a video that was shot on an iPhone and edited in 6 hours and posted onto the IHAF site. Very, very cool. A company called Fueled Films worked with IHAF to do this. And it's indicative of what happens at an IHAF awards show, which happens every fall in conjunction with the IHAF annual conference. It is award season now. IHAF's call for entries is open now. I think you probably have cards or something in your attendee packets. Again, the folks outside the door will be able to talk to you a little bit more about IHAF. I would encourage you, if you work for an in-house agency, to look into membership with IHAF. It is well worth it. It is a community of networkers, learners, sharers. It's a wonderful community of folks that work in-house, share in-house, talk in-house, and are just incredibly generous with one another. The IHAF Awards celebrates creativity among in-house agencies, so if you want to get recognition for your work, in addition to the self-promotion that we talked about doing, win an IHAF award and bring it back to the office and sort of walk around with it like your trophy, okay? That's it for me. Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your week at HOW.